All this week, I've been covering a second-degree murder trial here at Saskatoon Court of Queen's Bench for a man named Lajray Orlando Redman Gordon. He's accused of stabbing and killing 24-year-old David Merasty back in June of 2016. Now today, Friday, we did hear from the accused. He took the stand in his own defense after the Crown closed its case. And Gordon said that he's not disputing that he did stab David Merasty that day, but says he did it in self-defense. He says Merasty was actually on top of him during a street fight and was choking him, and that he feared for his life. So he grabbed a knife out of his pocket and stabbed the man once. He says he doesn't know where he hit him in the body and that he ran away as soon as the man rolled off of him. This story is a bit counter to what we've been hearing from witnesses who saw this fight happen in the 300 block of Avenue E South, and that's the block just off the corner of 20th Street. Witnesses say that they saw two men standing up fighting and that Gordon was the aggressor, not Merasty. We've also heard about how this altercation came to be because it was between two strangers. Gordon told us today that he had been with some friends at the Friendship Inn that day, that they had smoked crystal meth earlier that morning, but that he doesn't seem to think that he was impaired at the time when this all happened. He said they encountered Merasty on the street and that his friend asked him for a cigarette and then made a rude remark. They continued on their way to a house and then realized that Merasty had followed them and was making some racial remarks towards Gordon, who is from Jamaica. He said that he took offense to these remarks, that he started arguing with the man, and that he realized that Merasty wanted to, quote, beat him up. He said that soon they ended up wrestling and that most of the fight was on the ground and no punches were thrown, which also kind of goes against some of the witness testimony. He says that he ran away afterwards because he wasn't sure who this person was that he had just stabbed and thought maybe he'd been affiliated with some gangs, so he didn't want to stick around. The case wasn't solved for 4 months, and Gordon says that's because he didn't know that he had killed anybody. He just assumed he had hurt the man. When police came looking for him after tracking him down through some surveillance video, he said he turned himself into police and was genuinely surprised at what had happened. The trial has gone on for a week now. We will continue next week with closing arguments. The Crown actually still has to cross-examine the accused as well. And after that, the charge will be put to the jury. This is a jury trial. And obviously deliberations will have to take place before a verdict is reached. At Saskatoon Court of Queen's Bench, I'm Bre McAdam for the Saskatoon StarPhoenix.